All right, everybody. Welcome to episode 5 of our VYPE NexGen Instagram Live series. I'll be your host tonight, Jackson DePasquale. With me tonight is a very special guest, class of 2025, one of the top receivers in the state, Grand Oaks wide receiver, Quannell Farrakhan Jr. Q, how you doing?
I'm doing good, sir. How are you?
Doing good, man. So this season, as a freshman, you come into a district that's got a lot of talent. You got guys like Ben Ferguson at the Woodlands. You've got guys like Lewis Williams III and Conroe. You've got a lot of talent in this district, and you came in there and just kind of balled out. You had 658 yards receiving, 9 touchdowns, rushed for 195 yards and a touchdown, first team all-district, newcomer of the year. What did that feel like for you coming in as a freshman, playing with a lot of talent around you in your district and being able to kind of prove yourself like, hey, I can play with you?
It felt very good, actually. But in order for me to do all that, I had to work hard for it. I was training every day, working out consistently every day, so I'll be able to lead up to that moment. And I already knew coming in I was gonna be able to do all that because of how hard I worked.
So you got to play against some like pretty good D1 talent, Marshall Harris at the Woodlands. You got to play against a couple other kids that are going D1, Jadarius Brown at Willis. For you as a freshman, though, you got to get in right away at Grand Oaks. What was your favorite game in a game where you knew, like, hey, like, I can play with these guys. Like, this is no problem. This is nothing new for me.
It was most definitely the Woodlands. Woodlands. When I scored the 2 touchdowns on the Woodlands, I was like, oh yeah, I can hang with these boys. Oh yeah, I got this.
Well, I gotta say, because my brother actually played safety for the Woodlands, Harry, and I know you know
Oh
Harry
yeah.
pretty well.
Oh yeah.
Harry came up after the game and said, "Yeah, Q let me get that pick on him," and it was a little talk between y'all. So in 8th grade, you got your first offer from Rutgers. You got another offer from UTSA. What's it like for you going through this recruiting process pretty early? I mean, in 8th grade, you get an offer. What's it been like for you?
I mean, I really like it. I always had a little media attention around me since I was like 4th grade. So I'm kind of used to like the social media, the coaches already talking to me at a young age. I'm already used to all that. So it's really nothing new to me.
What are some camps and some things that you'll be doing this off season? Schools you might be going to visit to, or even schools that have been talking to you lately?
Well, I had Michigan State. Michigan State was talking to me, Wisconsin, Michigan State, Wisconsin, and some other schools. But I'm visiting everywhere like Colorado, Miami, um, what else? LSU, Alabama, all of them.
Were you able to go to any kind of unofficial visits this year? And if so, what was your favorite atmosphere you went to for a game?
Well, I didn't go on any unofficial visits yet, but my favorite one was Texas when I went. I enjoyed that. That one.
As an Aggie fan, I like that. I like to hear that. So, we're gonna kind of switch it up here. Get a couple fun questions in here. What's your favorite? What's your go-to Whataburger order?
Ooh, the chicken fajita taco. The chicken fajita taco.
Okay, that's our first. That's our first one we've had that wasn't a burger. So I'll give it to you. Celebrity dream date.
Celebrity dream date. Ooh, it was Rihanna, but she got pregnant. It was Rihanna. But since it's not Rihanna, I'm probably gonna have to go Kylie Jenner. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay. So back to some football. You're going into your sophomore year. You played a 7-on-7 tournament in Vegas this past weekend at the Pylon 7-on-7 event. What are some other things you're going to be doing in the offseason to improve your game, and what specific aspects of your game are you going to try to improve for next year?
Most definitely I'm gonna be working out consistently like always. And I'm gonna be playing 18U. I'm not gonna play like that so I can get more into it. And then I'm most definitely gonna be working on my feet and hands, how to get off the press, all that, how to get open, how to get separated.
Okay. So when you're watching football, what are some guys that you watch that you try to emulate their game whenever you're doing your workouts, whenever you're in game? What are some players, either in the NFL or even in college, that you watch and try to take things from them?
I really like CD Lamb. because I'm a Cowboys fan,
Okay.
so CD Lamb and how he separation because he works out with my trainer Devontae.
Okay.
So in person and what he's able to, how he makes his moves and get open. So I kind of take a piece of his stuff and I put it into my game.
Yeah, I mean, this year I saw you were able to get some separation against some guys, and definitely against the Woodlands. 2 times I was like, oh, okay, Q's open deep, man. What are some things that, what is a game that you have circled on the schedule next year, either non-district, district, that you want to ball out, you want to get the win next year?
Oof, man. Well, I don't really have a primary game circled. I just want to be out there and for non-district, I just want to beat everybody. I just want to
Mm-hmm.
be everybody, not just one team. I want to ball out against everybody. Yeah.
I mean, that's all. There's never a bad thing. Never a bad thing. Anyone. Um, so Q,
Mm.
next year is kind of going to be your second year in the district. You're going to be a little bit more comfortable playing varsity football. What did you learn from some of the seniors this year and some of the juniors this year that kind of helped you get ready faster for varsity football?
Um, it was most definitely like because my first varsity game, I was kind of overthinking, and I wasn't really focused. Like I was like staring off into the stands, like a lot of people here, dang.
Mm-hmm.
And then the band playing in the huddle, I was like, whoa, it's a whole bunch of people here. Like, stay focused, focus, stay focused. You gotta remain focused. You gonna mess up. And then I messed up that one play, and they started. And then after that, I just had to keep remaining focused and leave that all.
So we're gonna ask another kind of fun question here. If you had your dream car, or I don't know if you've already got it already, but what is your dream car if you could get it today?
My dream car is most definitely a Ferrari.
Okay,
Ferrari.
okay. Hey, the
Oh,
Ferrari's a great car. It's a good car.
oh yeah.
So Q, you've always been a great athlete growing up. Back in the day, you used to play a little running back. Then now you're at wide receiver. For you and at Grand Oaks, you're able to kind of do both at that slot wing position.
Mm.
Um, what do you like more, rushing for a touchdown or catching a touchdown?
Oh, catching for a touchdown. I'm more of a receiver than a running back.
Okay.
So just all that. So I most definitely would rather catch for a touchdown.
All right, guys, we're here with Quannell Farrakhan Jr. If you guys got any questions, just drop them in the comments. We'll start asking them now. Q, what is, if you could have your dream kind of visit schools that you'd want to visit next fall during football season, what are some games that you want to be able to go to?
Well,
Or schools that you want to go to?
I do want to see A&M and Alabama play because I
Okay.
heard as the best college recruiting class in history right now. So I want to be able to see what they got and what they're going to bring to the table.
Oh yeah, it. Last year's game was a lot of fun. I was actually there and got to rush the field. It definitely a great atmosphere for a football game, and even in Tuscaloosa, you're always going to get a good atmosphere. Um, who is your favorite defensive player at Grand Oaks?
Uh, the man himself, he commented, I can me and him go back and forth all the time about who's gonna win the one-on-ones, who's gonna be able to do this and that. But obviously, he can't guard me. But I just
So we got Lewis Williams III asking how many, I think he's asking how many yards you're gonna have next year or how many touchdowns you're gonna have next year. What's the
oh,
goal?
most definitely some like a thousand yards, and then I'm trying to have at least like 16, 17 touchdowns because I
Okay.
had 12, 13 this year.
Trying to catch up to Lewis and Ben Ferguson
Oh
this year.
yeah.
So for you,
Mm.
we kind of asked everyone this question because we've seen a lot of trends in this way. You saw Bobby Taylor this year at Katy kind of commit early, get ready, start recruiting guys he's playing against in high school to like, hey, come join me at A&M. Let's build up this class. Are you going to be a guy that wants to commit early and wants to kind of recruit that class? Or are you going to be a guy who wants to wait until signing day or wait until an All-American game and enjoy that and have that getting to pick the hat in front of everybody moment?
I'm most definitely gonna wait till signing day, just because I don't know exactly what can happen at the university. I don't know if the coach can leave, all that. So I don't want to be able to commit early and then have to decommit if something bad happens.
Very understandable. I mean, a lot of people thought A&M's offensive line coach leaving was going to have some effects, but they've reloaded this year. So, who's your best offensive lineman at Grand? Who's your favorite offensive lineman at Grand Oaks?
Probably Cam. Cam, he's funny. It's he get on me too, just like I. Yeah, they all help me out. Older, and, they guide me and make sure I remain focused and all that. That's about it. Yeah.
So, I know you said the Woodlands game was the game that you kind of felt like, okay, I can play with these guys. But what was your favorite game of the season or memory of this year's football season?
It was most definitely an Oak Ridge game. Even though we lost, it was our rivals. It was a whole crash. It was all that. Even after Whataburger was packed.
It'll be a fun atmosphere for y'all next year. And then for a good matchup for you, you've got Justin Williams, who's kind of blowing up in recruiting as well, the DB, and you've got Frankie Arthur, the running back over there. It's going to be Conroe ISD District next year, and for the classes of 2024, 2025 specifically are loaded. So it's going to be fun to watch that district play out the next couple of years.
Oh yeah.
What's a player in the district that might not be on your team that you've been able to build a relationship, or y'all kind of have a cool relationship?
Ooh. It was most definitely some of the Woodlands players, because back when I was in like fourth grade, we all played little together. Like they all seen me grow up, and I would have played against them because they were all much older, like 3 years, 4 years. So I thought the opportunity of me playing against them was very big, because I thought I would never. So,
I know a lot of them after the game were like, "Man, Q can ball. Q's good, man. Everyone's sleeping on him."
yeah.
If anyone else has any more questions for Quannell, just ask them in the comments. We're gonna get ready to wrap it up here pretty shortly. Q, what is something you've learned going through the recruiting process so far? Is it being patient? Is it just kind of going to these camps? What have you learned kind of going through it?
I learned that you got to go to a lot of camps. You got to be able to show out, dominate, all that in camps to be able to get noticed. And you also have to be patient, because the offer is not just going to keep rolling in like that. Work in the camps, it's just not going to go. It's not going to end up like that. So you got to end up going to camp, which I'm going to be doing a lot this summer. So hopefully the offers start rolling in much more.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're pretty much thinking they are, man. We'll expect plenty of offers more to come. But we got another question. What's your 40 time? I'm guessing sub 4.6.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
So that's below 4.6.
4.5. It was like, I think it was a 4.58 when I ran. It was like a 4.58.
Okay, I wasn't that far off though.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's your favorite dance to do when you score a touchdown? If you could do a dance, what would you do?
I can't dance at all. I can't dance. I normally just hand the ball off to the referee. Yeah. I have no favorite dance. I mean, I'm work on my dance moves for the season. So I have something.
So Q, kind of last question for you here that I have, and then if we still got other questions in the comments, go ahead and ask. You've kind of got, I feel like a lot of people are kind of sleeping on you a little bit. What is kind of the message you got for everyone sleeping on you, and for everyone who thinks like, he's okay, he's not that good? What's your message to these guys?
I mean, the yards and the touchdowns speaks for itself. But if you wanna be able to see what I can do, how about you come sit in the stands and watch the game and make sure you see me play? You're gonna see me. I'm gonna notice. You gonna notice me out of everybody. So I mean, you're gonna see. That's all I gotta say. I don't do too much talking.
Oh, we're getting comments saying that you can dance and that you've been dancing in class all the time here.
I'm trying to work on it. I'm trying to. I'm working on. I'm working on it. No, I'm working on it.
Q, if you could play for an NFL team right now today, who would you play with and why?
The Cowboys. Yeah, Cowboys. The Cowboys. I'm just a diehard Cowboys fan. My dad, he just loves the Cowboys, so I just picked up on it too. It got to be the Cowboys.
I mean, you pair up with CeeDee Lamb. That's pretty good. Pretty good little duo there. So I got a question from actually my little brother. Bigger game, the Woodlands or Oak Ridge?
Oh, the Woodlands. It has to be the Woodlands. I mean, even the Oak Ridge is our rivals. The Woodlands is I want to be able to beat the Woodlands because our school never did that in football. So that's really the bigger game for me. I want to be able to beat the Woodlands.
All right, everybody. We're here with Quannell Farrakhan Jr. I'll take the next two questions that are asked. If we don't get any other questions, we're gonna wrap it up here. Q, it was awesome talking to you. It was good. Last time I saw you, you were like 12, 11 years old playing at SCFL. Everyone, this is Quannell Farrakhan Jr. Grand Oaks wide receiver, class of 2025, going to be one of the top wide receivers in the state, if not the country. Thank you, everyone, for joining, and have a nice night. Q, it was nice talking to you.